Hello, and welcome. I'm Holly from hollytreeenglish.com. I can be referred to as Holly or Teacher Holly. It doesn't really matter. And I am joined today by Amy Sindisic, one of my fellow English teachers. She is from amy'senglish.com. And we invite you to watch this video for a demo of an activity that can be used for many purposes in the language classroom. We will have a discussion afterwards talking about some other ways that it can be used outside of the demoed activity. And if you like the video, we invite you to share it as usual. So hello, Amy. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Holly. Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's get started. So for the purposes of this demo, we have just finished learning some vocabulary for different hobbies and talking about different hobbies. What activity are we going to demo today, Amy?
We're going to demonstrate 20 questions.
Yes, 20 questions. So normally in the traditional 20 questions game, what happens?
Um, One person thinks of an object or a thing, and the other person has up to 20 questions to ask to try to guess what it is.
Mm-hmm. And if it's a group, usually those 20 questions are split up among the members of the group, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes. So for me, when I use this in class, sometimes I work with the 20 questions rule, or if the learners are beginners or extremely new, excuse me, to gamifying or the gamification of language learning, I don't bother with that rule. But for today, since Amy is neither a beginner nor unfamiliar with the game, we are going to keep to the 20 questions rule. So I am going to think of a hobby. And Amy, you have 20 questions to try and guess which hobby I am thinking of. Okay, go.
Okay. Do you do it indoors or outdoors?
Usually it's indoors, but it can be done outdoors.
Okay.
That's one.
And is it expensive?
Possibly. Sometimes it's expensive. It depends on which materials you use.
Okay. And how often do you do it?
Uh, as often as time allows, or as often as I'm in the mood to do it. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away, so I won't continue that explanation.
Okay. Is it reading?
No, it is not reading.
Okay. Does it involve a computer?
No, it does not.
Is
Usually.
it a is it a sport?
No, it is not.
Um, let's see. This is tough. Um, does it involve collecting anything?
It can if you want to collect different, if you are in the habit of collecting different materials to be used for it.
Okay. Um, is it teaching?
No. Teaching is kind of my hobby, but yeah, no, it's not.
Okay. Um, um, did you do it today?
No, I did not do it today.
Okay. When was the last time that you did it?
Oh, mercy. The last time I did it would have to be, oh gosh. Oh, yes, I remember. At the time of in November, I had a friend who had a birthday, and I sort of engaged in it. I had some already actually made. It involves making something.
Oh, I was going to guess singing. It's not singing?
No, it's not. I do sing, but
Okay. Um, let's see. Is it making a cake?
no.
Okay. Does it involve crafts? Were you making a type of craft?
Close, very close. It you would consider it a craft, probably.
Okay. What materials are needed to do it?
Um, for me, when I do it, it depends on who's doing it, but for me, I need posts, beads, hooks, and pliers.
Oh, is it making a necklace?
Almost.
Making jewelry?
Yes.
Okay.
Very nice. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I like to do jewelry making. So at the time of my friend's birthday, mainly the part of the hobby that I engaged in was giving the jewelry away, because that's part of the fun, right? Um, I had some already made, and so I was able to just wrap them up. But yes, I do like to make jewelry.
Okay, great. Wow, that's a great hobby. It wasn't that easy to guess either.
No, no. And for the purposes of the classroom, I would say probably you would be thinking of a hobby that's on a list, a pre-made list or a learned list, depending on the level of your students.
Yeah, I would agree that was a bit difficult, but I'm glad I was able to get it.
Yeah, but it is difficult, but at the same time, when the students are new to the game, they have just as much trouble as you do. So this shows how laborious we can say it might be for some of our students. So we can empathize after watching this video.
Absolutely.
All right, so now it's your turn. I'm going to take the role of the student because part of the headspace we have to be in online classrooms is that when we do group activities, we are often part of the group. So I am going to take the role of the student. You please think of a hobby that would be on our fictional list, and you will have to keep track of the questions. I did it in a separate document. You are welcome to do it on Skype or wherever you like. In your head, I don't care. So if you have your hobby thought of, I will start.
Okay, got it.
Okay, is it a hobby that involves making extensive use of your voice?
No,
No. Okay. Is it a hobby that involves a ball?
no,
No, it's not. Okay. Let's see. Is it a hobby that involves your feet?
minimally, yes.
Minimally. Oh dear. Okay. Does it involve a lot of use of your hands?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Sewing?
No.
No, it's not sewing. Okay. That's my mom's hobby. Um, let's see. Is it um what involves it? Drawing?
No,
It's not drawing. Oh dear. Um, are you making something?
no,
You're not making anything. Okay. Is it writing?
no.
Oi, I've lost count of my questions. Oh well, that's your job.
That
Um,
was eight. That was eight.
of 8. Okay. Yeah, it's funny. I often have a worse time with this than the students do.
Yeah, I was was sweating when I was guessing. Remember, remember, minimally means yes, the feet are involved to some degree.
Right. Oh dear. Is it sign language?
No,
No. Oh gosh. Um, feet are involved to some degree. Mm. Cooking?
no. That was 10.
Yeah. Um, oh mercy. Um, okay, I'm going to think of minutes. So, um, it's not drawing or writing, but you use your hands a lot. Is it a sport?
Yes.
It is a sport, but it doesn't involve a ball. Okay. Is it like something to do with bars, or like gymnastics?
No.
No? Oh gosh. I don't know that much about sports, so this will get interesting. Um, is it um oh no, that one doesn't involve a ball. That one involves a ball. Um, yeah, I think you're gonna win this one, my dear. Um,
It can possibly be used um in games involving a ball, perhaps, but generally it's not.
mm, it's not weightlifting, is it?
No.
Oh no. I cannot think of another question to ask. Oh dear. Okay, I got a good one. What do you do with your hands?
Um, you you use the hands to control the movement of an animal.
Oh. Is it agility? Like are you working with a dog?
Not with a dog, no.
Not with a dog. Okay. Sheep?
No, not with a sheep.
Um, oh
Remember, the
gosh.
feet are involved. The feet are involved minimally.
The feet are involved minimally. Well, I'm not really familiar with the animal sports, so I'm down to guessing animals here because I'm only familiar with some of the things they do with dogs. Okay, the feet are involved. And you're controlling. Oh, are you. Is it bull riding?
That's close, but no, not riding a bull.
Ah, horses!
Yes, yes, you got it.
Horses! Okay, is it just horseback riding or is it like bronco riding or something?
No, no, just horseback riding. You got it.
Okay, ooh, wow, I cut it awfully close there, but yeah.
That was 18. Very good. Got it.
You got yours in 15.
Okay, it was tough. It was tough.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, if it's the first time or if the students just are feeling kind of awkward, I don't bother with the 20 question limit. But if you're trying to add an extra challenge, it's a helpful challenge, or you can even change the number.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this was fun. I
Very fun. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes the demos can be just as fun as actually teaching it. So what are some ways, Amy, that you would use this in your classroom if you chose to use it?
Well, the first thing that would occur to me would be an icebreaker when I'm teaching my students on the first day and they're meeting for the first time. I like to do things where they don't feel threatened and they can work in a group. And this is something that they usually find very fun. And I might also use it when I'm teaching grammar, if I'm teaching interrogative pronouns, for example, who, what, where, when, how, why.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if you were to do this online, if you have a small group online and you're trying to do a little bit of an icebreaker or even a one-on-one student, would you find a way to just sort of have watch them play and facilitate, or would you actually be sort of an integral part of the gaming?
I would take part in the game. Um, I think it's interesting. So yeah, I would take part in the game.
Hmm. Yeah, so it seems like even with small groups, especially with Skype, where you don't really have, you have the ability to have pairs because you can ask them to call each other, but then you are not able to observe that. So it seems to make more sense that you would actually enter in and be part of it. And I think the students enjoy stumping the teacher. I honestly do.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. So what I've done with this game online, I started my career teaching online and continued that way. So what I have done is I have used it to just give speaking practice. So and I tailored it to the students' interests. So I had a class where we had to guess sports, and he stumped me because I'm not very sporty. Just like Amy almost got me. I'm not very sporty, and so the names of the sports just desert me all of a sudden. And so, and he was just getting speaking and listening practice, and he loved it. We actually turned it into a class at that point because it was very listening, speaking. You have to think. I have used it to teach embedded sort of questions where the answers take a different form or um, the question has to take a different form. For example, can you tell me which room the object is in? Instead of which room, um, can you tell me which room is the object in? Instead of forming it like a question, they have to form it like a statement. And so this game can help them practice that. I've used it for vocabulary, and it's a pretty versatile thing.
Okay, that sounds very creative. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, it depends on the student, but if you have the really creative students and you've been studying grammar for quite a while, if you really just want to give them some speaking practice, maybe you could have this game coupled with another and teach in the class. And the thing is, what I've done is that when they don't form a question correctly or something like that, I will actually give them corrections during the game. So it gives them speaking practice, but they also get that feedback.
That's a good idea.
And in one-on-one and small group classes, like you usually find online, that's very easy to do.
Absolutely.
Mhm. How would you, so speaking of corrective feedback during an activity like this, how would you normally give it? Would you give it verbally, written in Skype? How would you do it?
Um, I would give it verbally,
Hmm.
and I wouldn't play it one on one so much as I would in a group.
Okay, okay. I'm curious, why not?
I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just saying that because I've never done it one on one. This is the first
Uh-huh.
time I'm just starting to teach online. So, when you asked me the question, I was thinking of my university students who are in groups of 20 or more. So I have played with them.
Hmm. Hmm. That's totally fine because one of the reasons why I do these videos is to make it easier for teachers who are coming online for the first time to give them some practical sort of application type stuff that they can use and to explain sort of talking about the headspace that you have to be in because it is a different headspace, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Hmm. How hard was it to make that transition for you, or I should say, how hard has it been?
As I said, I'm just starting. I'm just starting to teach online. I've taught for a couple of companies online, and I haven't had any clients yet for my business.
Hmm. Hmm. But you've had some for the other companies, and so that's always a viable place to start. I started out with companies myself, so and it can be very much, I don't know if you've found this to be true, whether it's a company or your own business, it can feel very much like a sink or swim thing. I've got to pull this together or they're gonna fire me or something like that, right?
I don't know. I never really feel threatened or um, no. I always feel comfortable with my students.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it wasn't so much the issue with feeling comfortable with my students, but it was more an issue with I was a brand new teacher. Like I was almost fresh out of school when I started, and so just getting into that new headspace, all of my experience, the little that I had was in a classroom setting, and so changing that headspace. And there wasn't really, at least I couldn't find it. There wasn't really anything like these demo videos to sort of help me understand that new headspace. I had to just figure it out. So, um, which is sort of one of the reasons why I started this. But do you have any sort of moving us on? Do you have any final thoughts about 20 questions about ways teachers might want to use it or think about using it?
Um, no, but I do like the points that you've brought up.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't have any final thoughts besides those that I've already offered, but I encourage whoever watches this video, our watching or listening audience, to leave comments below if you can think of any other ways you might use it. I think it's a very nice game that can be used for many parts of your lesson plan or even a lesson plan, especially if you have short lessons. With that, I'm going to say thank you for watching, and I'm also going to say thank you again to Amy for joining us. And once again, her website is amysenglish.com, and you can find me at hollytreeenglish.com, spelled exactly like it sounds. Thank you for watching. Bye!
Thanks, Holly. Bye.